Our homes are supposed to be our ultimate sanctuaries, the places where we retreat to rest, recharge, and protect ourselves from the hazards of the outside world. However, modern convenience has introduced a complex array of synthetic chemicals, volatile compounds, and microscopic particulates into our domestic environments. In recent decades, environmental health researchers and organizations like the EPA have increasingly focused on indoor air quality, IQ, and chemical accumulation, noting that the air inside our homes can often be significantly more polluted than the air outdoors. Room sprays and air fresheners, masking odors with chemicals. We all love a home that smells like spring rain or fresh linen, but synthetic room sprays and air fresheners rarely clean the air. They simply mask underlying odors with a heavy blanket of synthetic chemicals. The primary culprits in aerosol room sprays are volatile organic compounds, VOCs, and phthalates. Phthalates are often used to prolong the lingering effect of fragrances, but they're known endocrine disruptors, chemicals that can interfere with the body's hormonal systems. Additionally, when the chemical compounds like terpenes, which give products a citrus or pine scent, are sprayed into the air, they can react with naturally occurring indoor ozone to create secondary pollutants, including formaldehyde, a known carcinogen. Mosquito coils, the hidden particulate hazard. Mosquito coils are a staple in many households, especially in tropical and subtropical regions where mosquito-borne illnesses like dengue, malaria, and Zika virus are genuine threats. We light them up, place them in the corner of the room, and sleep soundly knowing the mosquitoes are kept at bay. However, the smoke produced by these slowly smoldering coils is far from harmless. Scented candles. Indoor smog. There is nothing quite as cozy as lighting a candle on a cold evening, but that flickering flame is essentially a tiny, unvented combustion engine sitting in your living room. Plastics in food storage. Chemical leaching. We rely heavily on plastic for food storage due to its convenience, durability, and cost-effectiveness. However, plastic is not an inert material, it is highly reactive under certain conditions. Many plastics are manufactured with chemical additives designed to make them hard, like bisphenol A or BPA, or flexible like phthalates. Nonstick pans, the danger of scratches and high heat. Teflon and similar nonstick coatings revolutionized modern cooking by allowing for effortless food release and easy cleanup. These coatings are primarily made of polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE, a synthetic polymer that belongs to the broader class of PFAS, per, and polyfluoroalkyl substances, often dubbed forever chemicals because they do not easily break down in the environment or the human body. Moldy spices, the hidden fungal threat. We tend to view dried spices as immortal ingredients that can sit in our cupboards for a decade without consequence. While it is true that old spices lose their flavor and aromatic oils over time, they can also harbor a much darker secret: mycotoxins. Spices are agricultural products, primarily grown in warm, humid climates. Hair dyes, a complex chemical cocktail. Changing our hair color is a standard beauty practice worldwide, but permanent hair dyes contain some of the most aggressive chemicals found in daily consumer products. In order to permanently change the color of your hair, a dye must first break through the hair shaft's protective cuticle, strip away the natural melanin, and deposit new synthetic pigment. Cigarette smoke residue, third-hand smoke. Most people are well aware of the dangers of first-hand smoke, inhaling from a cigarette, and second-hand smoke, breathing the smoke exhaled by someone else. However, science is increasingly focusing on a silent, persistent hazard known as third-hand smoke. Third-hand smoke refers to the chemical residue that remains on surfaces long after the visible smoke has cleared. Talcum powder, the asbestos connection. For decades, talcum powder was a bathroom staple, heavily marketed for infant care, moisture absorption, and personal hygiene. Talc itself is a naturally occurring clay mineral composed of magnesium, silicon, and oxygen. It is incredibly soft and excellent at reducing friction. However, the health risk associated with talcum powder stems from its geological origins. In the earth, talc deposits are frequently co-located with deposits of asbestos, a naturally occurring silicate mineral known to be highly carcinogenic. If the mining and purification processes are not strictly controlled, trace amounts of asbestos can contaminate the commercial talc supply. Mosquito coils, non-stick pans, and room sprays is growing as recent health advisories highlight how prolonged or improper use can impact indoor air quality and long-term well-being. Health risks and safety concerns. Mosquito coils emit thick smoke and fine particles that can irritate the lungs when burned in closed spaces. On-stick pans may release polymer fumes if left empty on high heat or if the coating becomes deeply scratched. Room sprays release volatile organic compounds, VOCs, that can trigger allergies or breathing discomfort. Plastics can leach chemical softeners or microplastics into food or drinks, especially when microwaved or exposed to high heat. Talcum powder. Long-term cosmetic use near sensitive areas carries potential cellular risks linked to certain cancers. Hair dyes. Frequent or harsh chemical applications require good skin protection and proper rinsing to avoid irritation. Scented candles. Paraffin-based or heavily fragranced candles can release small amounts of soot and pollutants indoors. Cigarette smoke residue. Third-hand smoke settles on indoor fabrics and surfaces, lingering with toxic compounds. Moldy spices. Damp or old spices can harbor hidden aflatoxins, which are harmful fungal byproducts. Here is the full list of the 9 everyday household items highlighted in recent health advisories, along with why they deserve a second look and what you should avoid or watch out for. Non-stick cookware. Scratched or overheated Teflon/coatings can chip off microparticles or release toxic fumes. Ban/avoid using damaged pans or metal utensils on non-stick surfaces. Plastic food containers. Heating plastic or storing hot, acidic, or fatty foods in it can leach microplastics and endocrine disruptors, like BPA. Ban/avoid microwaving food in plastic containers or using old, degraded plastics. Air fresheners and room sprays. Continuous use releases volatile organic compounds, VOCs, into poorly ventilated spaces. Ban/avoid synthetic spray fresheners in enclosed rooms. Opt for proper ventilation or natural odor absorbers instead. Scented candles. Paraffin-based candles release combustion byproducts and particulate matter into indoor air. Ban/avoid burning paraffin candles in unventilated areas. Switch to soy or beeswax candles. Mosquito coils. Burning coils indoors creates thick smoke that releases combustion byproducts and heavy particulate matter into your lungs. Ban/avoid burning coils in closed bedrooms or poorly ventilated spaces. Talcum powder. Certain talc formulations can pose health risks due to fine particle inhalation or potential contamination concerns. Ban/avoid inhaling dust clouds or using talc-based powders near sensitive areas. Consider cornstarch-based alternatives. Hair dyes. Frequent chemical exposure on the scalp can cause contact allergies or absorption of harsh chemicals over time. Ban/avoid applying dyes without doing a patch test or leaving chemical dyes on longer than recommended.